Namaste, warm welcome. My name is Hazem and I'll be guiding you through this Hatha flow practice for the entire body, culminating in a calmness meditation. So let's begin. Close your eyes, sitting in any comfortable seated position. You can place your right hand resting on the left hand or choose any mudra. And start to relax into the body. Just taking a moment to connect with the energy of the body, the warmth of the body, the weight of the body, and the boundaries of the body, finding where the edges of the body end and the atmosphere around begins, where there's weight, heaviness, and weightlessness. Keep sinking into the body and start to become aware of the natural breath and the expansion and contraction, the rising and falling of the body with the breath. As the body's breathing, try and sink back into consciousness, into awareness, into the mind, into the self. Remaining present throughout the entire length of the breath, connected to the feeling of the body, and maintaining a continuous awareness in the mind. And before we proceed to the physical part of the practice, just make a note of how you're feeling in this moment at the physical level, at the energetic level, at the mental level, emotional level, the spiritual level, without giving any judgment of good or bad. Just objectively note how you feel in this moment. And however you're feeling in this moment, let's begin the practice with a total, all-embracing, allowing and accepting of who we are and how we feel in this precise moment. Not resisting, letting go of any inner conflict, just expanding as a result of total acceptance, allowing and noticing how this creates a sense of calmness and well-being, irrespective of how we were feeling in this moment. A state of inner oneness, feeling complete, arrived in this moment. And releasing the hands, placing them on the ground, shoulder width apart. Coming onto all fours. Spreading the fingers wide. Rotate your upper arms externally. Shoulders go over the wrists. Press firmly down on the hands. Clear hands. Press on the inner knuckles and the fingertips. Knees are hip width apart. Relax your toes. Inhale, arching the spine. Breathing in, keep breathing in. And when you need to exhale, start to round the spine. Rounding the thoracic and the lumbar spine. Taking the head towards the pelvis. Just gently articulating the spine. Bring awareness into each vertebrae. And when you need to inhale again, lift the chest, lift the tailbone, open the collarbones, and the head comes up last. Try and keep the back of the neck uncompressed, so don't take your head all the way back. And exhale. Inhaling, lifting. Try and make the breath quiet, calm, soft, subtle. And try and remain connected to the energy of the body. Try and feel the whole body, the warmth of the body, the palms touching the ground, the top of the feet, the knees, the spine articulating. Using the movement to start synchronizing the body movement with the breath. And now we'll practice Ujjayi breath in the cat and cow position, Majrayasana, making the sound of the sea in the back of the throat with the mouth closed. It sounds like this, like you're trying to steam up a mirror. With mouth open, it sounds like this. On the exhale, on the inhale. So let's try with mouth closed, exhaling. Rounding the spine. Inhaling, arching the spine. And just freeing up the spine. And then when you next come up, we start to move the hips left and right. Inhaling left, exhaling right. Inhaling left, exhaling right. And come back to center. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. And back to center. And now start making circles with the hips. Exhaling down. Inhaling back. Moving slowly and carefully. And then changing direction. Using the breath to help you move. We only move as we breathe. And taking the hips back onto the heels with the sitting bones. Relax the head down in child's pose, balasana. Relax your wrists. And then inhale, sitting up into Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. Lift open the chest. We'll take 3 Ujjayi breaths. Press firmly on the feet and the sitting bones and lift the crown of the head up. Take a deep inhale. Second breath. Keep breathing in. Exhale. And last time. Keep breathing in and hold the breath this time. Widen the knees. Take the hands. Fingers point towards you. Palms down. Keep holding the breath. Open the eyes. Look in the center of the eyebrows. We'll do Simhasana, lion's breath. Open the mouth, tongue sticks out, and we exhale, making this sound. And 3 more times. Inhale. Stick the tongue out, look up, look at the center of the eyebrows. Another deep breath. Try and keep your eyes open. Last one. And feeling the wrists getting a nice stretch. Release the hands. Place the back of the hands on the ground. And start to scrunch the fingers. And then walk the hands back to the front of the mat, coming back onto all fours. Tuck the toes under for downward facing dog. Spreading your fingers wide, and you can bend one knee at a time. Just warming up the back of the legs. Take your shoulders gently back. Relax your neck and your head. Relax your chest. And try lifting the tailbone up a little bit towards the sky. You can twist as well with the hips and the knees. You can nod the head gently like yes, just to release the neck and the back of the eyes, any tension in the face area. You can also nod the head shake the head like no. Release the jaw. Inhaling, let's come into plank, strong core. Bring the knees, chest and chin down. Shoulders go back, bottom stays up. Squeeze the elbows into the ribs. And press the hips down. Lift the chest up. Shoulders going back. Take a deep breath in Cobra. Your elbows glued in towards the ribs. Lifting the sternum up. And we press the thighs and the pubic bone down. Back of the neck stays long. So if you look up, just look at the tip of the nose to prevent you lifting the head all the way up. Taking a deep breath and exhale. Pull on the hands and place the stomach down, the ribs and the chest. Widen the arms into a T shape and we'll just warm up the back a little bit. Relax your lungs and your hips. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the legs up, spread your fingers. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Take a deep breath. In this locust variation of Shavasana, deep breath, breathe into your back, exhale. And we'll do 4 more. Inhale, lifting up. Keep breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, breathe into your back. Exhale out. 2 more. Inhale. Really breathe into the back. Breathe. Open up the tension. Expand the body. Just release all that fear, anxiety in the back. Exhale. Release, relax. And then inhale, lifting up. This time we exhale just 10% of the air out, and then inhale again. Exhale 10%, inhale, and last time exhale 10, inhale, and then release the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and push the ground into downward dog gently. Lengthening the back of the legs. If you can see your heels, make them disappear by adjusting the feet. You can look gently at your belly button. Roll the shoulders into the back of the body. Spread your fingers wide. You can externally rotate the upper arms and internally rotate the upper thighs. Relax your neck, keep it long. We want to lengthen the back in downward dog. So as we push the ground, we don't want to push into the lumbar spine. Think about pushing the ground towards the hips. So one line of energy from the hands to the armpits to the hips. And think about lengthening your spine. So lift your tailbone and the pubic bone back and up. Push the back of the legs towards the back of the room. Breathe, Ujjayi breath. Just 2 more breaths. Release the neck. Relax the eyes. And 1 more deep breath. And exhale. Walking the feet towards the hands. Bending the knees, join the toes together, heels slightly apart. Bending the knees, inhale halfway up. Exhale, place the stomach on the thighs, the chest on the knees, and the head towards the shins. You can hug the knees from behind. Or if you prefer, you can dangle by placing the hands on the elbows. Release your neck. Relax your eyes and roll the shoulders back away from your ears, making it easier to relax and breathe. You can take your awareness to the top of the head. Relax all the facial muscles. Weight on the feet completely, front of the feet especially. And release, inhale, slowly coming up. Make your hips in line with the ankles, spread the hands, spread the fingers. Keep the head down until your energy settles, and then raising your arms up. You can make the feet hip width apart. Taking the hands back, press the hips forward. Keep breathing in. And exhale, release the hands in the center of the chest for Samastiti. Just finding your center, reconnecting with the body again. Breathing. Draw your tailbone in slightly, so it's facing the ground. Make sure you're pressing evenly on the feet, on the heels and the big toe mound. Back of the neck is long, collarbones nice and open, shoulders relaxed. Press down on the feet, your foundation. And taking the hands down, we prepare for some Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Spread your fingers. You can choose either hip width apart with the feet or joining together, taking the heels slightly apart. Inhaling. Keep breathing in until your hands meet above the head. Relax your shoulders. Look up at your thumbs. Press the hips forward. And then we inhale, spread the arms, open the chest, place your weight on the front of the feet, and we're going to fold down. Keep your back neutral, long, not engaging. We're going to use the hips. From the hip area, we hinge. Put more weight on the front of the feet. Keep the chest nice and open until you come down. When you feel that your back wants to engage, you want to round your spine to come down. Instead of rounding your spine, just bend the knees. Place your stomach towards your thighs. If you have the flexibility, you can do it with straight legs, lifting the kneecaps slightly. Don't lock the knees, but just to engage the quads. Inhale halfway up, shoulders back, nice and open collarbone area. And then bending the knees, taking the right foot back, drop the right knee gently. Align your left knee with your left ankle. Inhale, lifting the chest. Press firmly down on your right foot. You can stay here or keep breathing in, lifting your arms up. Press on the right hip flexor, the front of the right hip. So engaging that, awakening this area. Strong inner thigh. And then leaning back, spreading your fingers. Exhaling, taking the hands down. Tuck your right toe under. Inhale into the plank position, externally rotating your upper arms. Strong core. Exhale, bring your knees and your chest, the center of the chest, down on the ground, shoulders back. Bottom stays up, elbows in. Press the hips down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Cobra, keep breathing in, lift the center of the chest up, keep the neck long. Tuck your toes, and downward dog, pushing the ground. Lengthen your spine, stretch the back of the legs. Let's stay for 5 Ujjayi breaths. Pushing the ground, one line of energy from the hands to the hips. Keep the spine lengthening. One more deep inhale. Exhale, inhale, lifting the right leg up. Keep it rotated internally, parallel to the ground. Exhale. Place your right foot between your hands. Again, if it doesn't reach, you can just grab it with your hand, with your right hand. Start to activate your left hip flexor as you inhale. Lifting the chest, and if you wish, come all the way up. Pressing into that left hip and sinking a little bit into the right hip, making it work. You can lean back gently. Exhale, taking the hands down, feet together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, halfway up. Shoulders back, open collarbones, and then just hinging from the hips to come down. You can bend your knees if you need. Back of the neck long. Relax the eyes. Press into the feet and keep inhaling as you rise up. One long inhale, head comes up last. Spread your fingers, widen your arms. Look up at your hands. Press your hips forward. Press the heels and the inner feet. Leaning back and exhale. Samastiti. Just take a moment to reconnect. There should be a warm sensation in the hands. The fire element building. Just let it spread all the way into the arms, into the armpits, the center of the chest, and up and down the entire body. For the next round, inhaling, keep breathing in until your hands reach up, touching, press the hips forward, keep inhaling, leaning back and exhale, swan dive down, lift the abdomen in and up, weight on the front of the feet coming down, inhale halfway up, bend the knees. And this time taking the left foot back, dropping your knee, align your right knee, and inhale up. Hip flexor on the left. Keep lifting your abdomen in and up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, plank. Rotate your upper arms, strong core. Exhale down. In the 8-point position, shoulders back. Press the hips. Keep breathing in cobra, exhaling, downward dog, and 5 ujjayi breaths. Breathe into each cell in the body. And one more deep breath. Exhaling. On the next inhale, lifting the left leg up. And taking the left foot between the hands, drop your right knee. Align and rise up. Hips. Exhale, hands either side of the foot, feet together. Inhale, halfway up. Keep those collarbones nice and open, and exhale, hinging from the hips, coming down. Inhale, pressing the hips forward as you rise up. Hands together above the head, hips forward. Leaning back. And exhale, release in the center. And just letting the fire element build up and spread throughout the body from the hands. We can use a strap if you need. For the next posture, Utthita Padangusthasana, we grab our big toe with our peace fingers, or you can use a strap around the big toe mound. Inhale, straightening the right leg, pushing the heel forward, shoulder back. Try and keep the collarbones nice and open. 5 breaths. Press firmly down on the left foot. One more deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, open up. 5 breaths. You can adjust if you need. Hand on the hip as well for more stability. Keep pushing the right heel forward. One more deep breath. Inhale, taking your foot back. Release your hand and keep it raised. Both hands can be on the hips. Going for 5 breaths. Keep lifting up. Sometimes you'll have a tendency to drop. Just keep lifting. Point the foot. Flex the toes. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, taking the right foot back to the back of the mat, staying on the big toe. Align your left knee with your left ankle. Left thigh is at a right angle. Open your arms wide. Keep breathing in and lifting up in this high lunge. Strong inner thigh of the left thigh. Press firmly down on the right foot. Lift the chest. 5 breaths. Strong core. Keep your core activated. Don't bend the back. And as we inhale, rotate your right foot so it's in line with the short edge of the mat. Your hips are in one line. For Virabhadrasana 2, lift the lower abdomen in and up. Widen the arms. Keep your left thigh parallel to the ground. You might need to walk your right foot back. The heel of the left foot lines with the arch of the right foot. 5 deep breaths. You can keep your drishti, your eyes fixed on the point between the middle finger and the index finger. Strong feet, pushing the feet away from each other. Rotating your left hand up. Inhale, leaning back. Take a deep breath in this peaceful warrior. Exhale, dropping your left elbow on your left knee. Open your right shoulder externally and stretch your right hand forward. Parsvakonasana. You can also deepen the stretch by taking your left hand to the ground. Keep your shoulder rotated and your spine nice and long. Or you can come into a bind if you can keep your chest open, engaging your core, taking your left hand under and through, opening your shoulder. So 2 more breaths. On the inhale, coming back, leaning back. And on the exhale, twisting, facing the front, coming into the high lunge. And as we exhale, you can also use a block if you need for the outside of the foot. We take our right hand, keep your abdomen lifted, place it on the outside of the left foot, and the left arm going up into Pavrita Parshvakonasana. Try and stack your shoulders above each other, staying for 5 breaths. Keep your left knee in and your thigh bent, thigh parallel to the ground at a right angle, looking to the side. One more deep breath. And release, coming up into high lunge. And then taking your right foot to meet the left, lifting up. Exhale, lifting the abdomen in and up. Start to fold down, feet are big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Or you can go hip width, coming down. So we're hinging from the hips, lifting the abdomen. You can either swan dive or come down straight arms if you have flexibility in your hamstrings. Come gently. Inhale halfway up. You can lift the kneecaps slightly, engaging the quads, but don't lock. Put more weight on the front of the feet and folding down. You can bend the knees if you need. Let's grab hold of the big toes for Padangustasana. Resting the head down, lengthening the neck. Bend the elbows wide, shoulders back. Staying for 5 breaths. And then release, breathing in, coming up. Slowly, slowly, head stays down, keep breathing in softly, coming all the way up. When the shoulders align with the hips, you can take the head up if it feels stable, spreading your fingers and reaching up. You can join the hands, look at the thumbs, press the hips. And exhale, release. Doing the same on the other side. You can shake out the legs a little bit. Pressing firmly down on your right foot, lifting the left knee. You can lift the right kneecap slightly, engaging your quad. Hand on the side. Inhale, straighten the left leg, pushing the heel, relax your toes. You can point the feet and flex the feet, flex the toes. 5 breaths. On the next inhale, open up the leg. You can place your hand on your hip. Also feel free to adjust, get into the more comfortable position. Keep your right leg straight, chest lifted. One more deep breath. On the next inhale, taking it back to center. And straighten your leg, point the feet. 5 deep breaths. Last couple, lift it up. And then take it all the way back into high lunge. Lift your arms, deep inhale, press your left toe firmly on the ground, your hips are square, facing the front, right thigh parallel to the ground, bending the knee at a right angle. Over the ankle, relax your toes. Maybe 2 more breaths. Breathe into your back. And on the next inhale, rotating your left foot externally, coming into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. You can make sure your hips are in one line. Also, tuck the tailbone in, lift the pubic bone up to remove this arch in the back. Collarbones nice and open. 5 deep breaths. Drishti, focus on the fingertips. Try and maintain, while you're looking, the connection to the body, feeling the body. Often when we focus on something, we forget about the body, so stay connected. Keep opening those collarbones. And then rotating your right hand, inhale, reverse warrior, peaceful warrior. Try and lift the chest up a little bit, keep your legs undisturbed. And just moving from the hip. Taking your right elbow, or any variation you like in Parshvakonasana, rotating your left shoulder and stretching your left hand forward towards the front of the room. 5 deep breaths. Keep the left foot pressing backwards and the left hand forwards. Stretching the left side of the body. And the next inhale coming all the way up. Let's rotate, coming back into the high lunge with square hips. And then keep the rotation from the hip area, or just above the hips, from the waist. Taking your left hand outside of the right foot, or use a block, and open up your right hand, right arm. Keep your right thigh bent, and 5 deep breaths. And just think about the breath opening up the body when it's twisted like this. And one more deep breath. Exhale. On the next inhale, slowly rising up. High lunge. And then take the feet together. Heels slightly apart. And hinging from the hips, exhale. Coming down towards the toes. Inhale halfway up. Open your chest, open your collarbones. You can separate the feet hip width. Might be easier. Taking the hands this time under the feet. The toes are touching the beginning of the wrist. Straightening the legs and pulling the shoulders back. Relax the neck. And taking 5 deep breaths in Padahastasana, hands to feet pose. Straightening, pulling the hands where they're stuck. And relax the neck. Awareness on the top of the head. Try and bring your sternum down and your chest towards your knees. You can bend the knees if you need. And then release the hands. Press firmly on the feet. If you have trouble getting up, you can always place your hand on your hips. Coming up. When the hips line up with the knees and your head feels stable, you can roll the shoulders back and lift the head up. Spread your fingers. Don't anticipate the contact with the hands, just keep breathing in until the hands meet. And then look up at the thumbs, hips forward, and exhale, release. Just let go of everything, allow the body to soften. Let's widen the feet as just a bit wider than the hips. Inhaling, taking the hands up. Exhale, squatting down into Malasana, nice and slowly. Open the knees up with the elbows. Lift the chest. Taking 5 deep breaths. You can also, from here, coming into Crow Kakasana, take the hands down, spreading the fingers, come onto the toes. We're going to make the arms like shelves, bending the elbows. Come onto the toes and shift your weight. Start bringing the knees under the armpits or above the elbows onto the triceps. Looking straight ahead. You can use a pillow if you like under the face area, just to give you a bit more bravery. And when you feel weightless in the feet, you can lift the heels towards the bottom. Staying for 5 breaths in Crow. And slowly coming down, placing the bottom down. Join the feet together, knees slightly up, knees apart, opening out. Spread the fingers, interlace the fingers. Press on the sitting bones and start to butterfly your knees. Keep pressing down on the sitting bones. And then inhale, lift the chest up. And as you exhale, widen the feet. You can either bring your heels closer to you or stay in the more diamond shape, it's a bit easier. And keeping the collarbones open, lift the abdomen in, engaging the transverse abdominis, Uddiyana Bandha, this lock in the stomach area, and exhale. Lift the tailbone up, hinging from the hips as we do for forward folds, and just come down gently. Relax your chest. Five breaths. And on the next inhale, release, coming up. taking the knees together. Hugging the knees. And then rolling onto the back, slowly hugging the knees, rolling back and rolling forwards and up. Inhale back. Exhale, giving the back a nice massage, engaging the core. And this time when we come up, just keep the feet off the ground and straighten the legs. You can keep the knees bent or straighten them. Navasana, straighten the arms, about just above shoulder level. Staying for 5. Try and be on the sitting bones or on the glutes, but not the tailbone. 4. Breathing. 3, 2, 1. And then take the feet together. Coming down. Staying for 5 breaths. Inhale, coming up. Take the knees together, straighten into Navasana. Strong core. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling. Straightening the arms. Flexing the feet, spreading the toes, taking in a deep inhale. Exhale. Bending the knees, feet hip width apart. Take the hands down by the sides. Press the hips up into Setu Bandhasana. Shoulders back, bridge pose. And let's roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. Just feeling each vertebrae touching the mat. Kissing the mat. Beautiful therapy for the spine, and peel each vertebrae off the mat gently as you lift up. Exhaling. Coming down. Keep your knees in line with the hips. You can also squeeze a block between the knees if you feel your knees constantly want to go out. Press evenly on the feet, slowly coming down. This time when we come up, we stay for 5 breaths. I'll just give a couple of variations. Variation 1 is staying in this bridge pose. Variation 2 is interlacing your fingers and tucking your shoulders under. Or you can come into the full wheel, taking the hands behind the shoulders. Place the top of the head lightly on the ground, elbows in, and then straighten the arms into Chakrasana, full wheel. You can also walk your feet back. You can drop the head lightly on the ground, walk your hands back for a deeper wheel. Keep your knees in and staying for 5 breaths. Keep the back of the neck long so the chin slightly in. Pushing the chest out, rolling the shoulders back. One more deep breath. And exhale lightly, taking the head down if you're in wheel. Chin in if you're in bridge. Slowly come down vertebrae by vertebrae, from the thoracic spine first, and then the lumbar. Taking the knees towards the chest, bring the head towards the knees. Inhale, stretching the arms above the head. Taking in a deep breath and exhale, resting back in Shavasana for a few moments. Spreading your fingers. Just allowing the entire body to settle, the energy of the body to calm. You can be aware of this energy, the way it manifests in the form of warmth or coolness, heaviness or lightness. Sinking into the earth with each out-breath, and be aware of the space between the body and the ground. Keep relaxing deeper and deeper with each breath. And become aware of the infinite space above the body, below the earth, and to each side. As you take deep restorative rest in Shavasana, final relaxation. And slowly coming back, start to open and close your hands, and rotating the feet. And you can stretch your arms above the head, move around as you stretch like a cat. And hugging the knees, take the chest towards the knees, rocking to the left and right, and rolling to the right side, relaxing your chest, the heart, and the right side of the brain. And take your time pushing up to a comfortable seated position. Crossing your legs, sitting comfortably. choosing any mudra with the hands and softening into the warmth of the body. Taking your awareness to the breath and the area of the nostrils where the breath enters and leaves the body. Just keep your awareness calmly, gently, one-pointed as the breath flows in and out. Just witness your mind, the thoughts running through the mind, and just by noticing, just by witnessing, without trying to stop the thoughts, just by being in the body and witnessing the mind, the thoughts evaporate and subside. And rest back into your awareness, the observer of the breath, of the body, of the mind. The stillness that's always present, the silence, the calmness. And we close the practice with 3 Oms, taking the hands in the center. Take a deep inhale. Remain present in the stillness of the mind. And we'll say Om 3 times on the exhale. Om. Thank you for joining. Namaste.